Attack, in-air hard kick. And in the background, I am going to play some music from Wizzy Whip It Wonderful. I have 120 tracks of Wizzy's music to go through, so let's get started with Neko Marchin ZCPS 2. I got a fair amount of work done yesterday on this. I don't know how much I put into it, like 3.5 hours. So I am hoping that I can finish the character tonight. I forgot to actually practice my Spanish today. That's fine. I still have until midnight.
Hello there, gang, and welcome.
Sorry. Trying to get my chat log open. Alright, there we go. I know that the last few streams I didn't have the chat showing, so it's my mistake. Alright. Now I've got to decide on what I want to do next. Well, I guess I'll add the shoelaces. I mean straps, shoe straps. Oh, Ryan Leonard. Hello, sir. How are you doing? That's what he says, and I say, hello, sir. How are you doing? I'm doing okay. Woke up late. I got some chicken ready for tomorrow to put in the smoker. I air fried 3 thighs. I made 1 mesquite season, 1 lemon pepper, and 1 Cajun flavor. Ate 2. Wow. I used to be able to eat like 4 chicken thighs. I guess not now. But they were pretty big chicken thighs. But yeah, I put the rest of the chicken in a big pot with some vinegar, lime juice, salt, ketchup, mustard, I think black pepper, the rest of some other lime marinade, and yeah, hopefully that turns out good once I smoke it. Gotta add some details to the shoe. I mean, boot. Shoe? Boot? What is it? Alright. Just need to... There we go. Ryan Leonard says, sounds good, bro. I'm doing good. I already finished my cooking today. Right now, I'm in front of the computer doing some great poems and continued volume I'm working on. Cool. Yeah, I really need to get back to comic book making. But yeah, I think I've discussed this before, but my plan is to make the comic book so I can make the video game. Like, people will already be invested in the characters before they even play the game. I kind of feel like if I make a game based on a comic, it will kind of work as the narrative, like for people to see how the characters would sound and act. Compared to, like, you know, in Japan, it's like you make the manga, and then once it's popular, you get a animation deal. Well, instead of an animation deal, I'm just gonna do a video game. Right, that's good enough for the shoes. But yeah, I've learned a lot from this project. And I found out I'm more capable than I ever thought I was. As far as how much work I can do. Because I really didn't think I could do a animation a day. And then it's like, oh, you can. You just, I guess, weren't applying yourself. So when it comes to comic books, I guess I could do a page a day. I just need to apply myself. gonna go back to these pants. I think the hardest part for me, as far as like making comics, is page layouts. Yep, sounds like a plan. Yeah, I need to. I'm bad at page layouts. I know it's like I have all this knowledge that I keep learning from people who do critiques and stuff. Are like, well, all the page has to flow this way and all that stuff, and emotions and all that. But I guess I'm bogged down by rules. But when it comes to writing a story, once I really get things started, everything flows really good. Like, the story just, it basically tells itself. Oh. It's Truck Production says, Mr. Proto, how are you doing tonight? I'm doing okay. Sorry I missed your Smash Brothers playthrough. I had the window open. Well, I didn't really get to lurk. I just kind of I right-clicked opened it and I was meaning to go look at it, but by the time I was done prepping some food, I was like, I came back and it was like over. But I hope you guys had a good time. Ryan says, well, I got a video for you. It shows a manga artist going from a thumbnail page straight to full on page layout. Ah, cool. Yeah, it's just, I wish I could work that like schedule that the mangaka have. I wish I could do that to where I could get a whole chapter / issue done in a week. And I used to think a page a day was good, but they're getting a chapter done a week, basically a whole issue. People talk about oh shoot, that's not the lasso. People talk about Kirby. Jack Kirby used to get so many pages done in a day. I think he drew like sketch then straight to ink. And the backgrounds weren't that complicated and the anatomy wasn't that great. I know people always compliment Kirby. Oh, he's got so much energy and stuff, and it's like, okay. I admire his page rate more than the work he did. But I know that when I do animation, I can instead of like drawing stuff completely perfectly anatomically correct every time. But I could just straight up draw stuff just to get the animation done. So I guess when it comes to comics, he was kind of the same way. Mr. Trap Production says, yes sir, it was a fun time. I'll be streaming again in about 40 minutes working on some Sonic projects. Oh, cool. How many hours are you going to be doing that? Because I know you guys tend to work for a while. Excuse me. Yeah, Ron, if you've got I don't know if you could post a video on YouTube in the chat, but it'll probably be better to post it, send it to me on Discord. This Trap Production says it's working about 3 hours. Says we work, we chat with the viewer, then we go play a game. Tonight we'll be playing Mario Golf. Yeah, that game looks really fun. I love the aspect that it's like they took golf and just have sprinting and speed running in it. That means you've got to get your accuracy down and you have to not go over par. I don't think I've ever seen that done before in a game. It seems like people did that in real life, or rip up the golf course with all the hit misses and people running with cleats on their feet. Brian says, well, you know, they work in a team. If it's just you, then you've got a lot to do. It's the same for them. I tried to finish a whole volume in a month, but it's impossible at times. Yeah. Plus a 8 hours work week. Yep. Well, I know that when they start off, they don't. Well, I don't know. I don't think that they start off with a team. They have to end up hiring a team. But I think they, well, from what I've seen, the contracts that they get once they get signed to a monthly Shonen Jump or something so big that it's almost like the publishers expect you to hire people. So they work it into your contract. Because those, once you get signed as a manga artist for Shonen Jump or something, you get a whole lot of money. So yeah, it just seems like they expect you to, you know, pay assistants to help you. Like, it's almost like they're like, we're not obligated to give you assistants. You have to find them yourself. It's just part of the job. So they pay you a whole bunch of money. It's kind of like how Toriyama, Dragon Ball creator, he's a millionaire, but it's like keeps working. And now he has Taro. I don't know. The stuff that Toriyama was doing, he never really uses that many screen tones. It's mostly lines. Oops. Yeah, you have to write too. I guess it all comes down to getting your story down when you're doing your thumbnails. But the thumbnail process is the hardest thing for me. Like I said, my paneling, I don't want it to be like, people talk about Jack Kirby and stuff, but yeah, he had basic panels, you know, and back in the 2000s and late 90s, paneling got way more dynamic. Like Japan, they still have some, for the most part, from what I've seen, their paneling's pretty classic, you know, basic stuff. But like Udon Comics and stuff, they break the panel, you know? It's not just breaking the panel, it's like they don't just, their panels aren't just squares, they're like triangles and shapes and all that stuff. But yeah, when I was a kid, I had a comic and I just drew it. And I didn't sketch back then, so it was just straight ahead, just thought to paper. And even then, that took a while. That was and those comics I did were 7 pages front to back, so it was like 14 pages cover. But I'm a lot more critical of how I draw now, so I take my time. But I know a lot of mangaka, they could draw straight from inks. And that's how they save so much time. I've seen Toriyama do some ink sketches. Impressive, impressive. My writing's gonna be kind of weird. I have the concepts in my mind. I have set pieces and stuff I want to get to. In a broad sense. So it's just weird. I have certain scenes I want, but then beyond that, it's kind of like I don't know what's gonna go in between. I've written out my modern day story on cards, like note cards, and I've actually drew like 2 pages, and it's strange because when I showed my story to my friend, it was like, oh, this story should be about the girl. I'm like, well, it is. And he's like, no, it should be about her, because she's gonna be a fighter who retired. And I was like, well, this is after she retired. And he's like, no, this should be about her actual journey. And I kind of ignored him and did the first 2 pages, and now I look back at him like, maybe I should, yeah, instead of doing flashbacks and stuff all the time, I think I will make it her story and then lead up into the incident that puts her into retirement, and then do my second story after that, so I could just do some world building. I want to be through a martial arts competition, but I don't know if I want to use a real martial arts. Well, what I mean is, I don't know if I want to use a real, like, I know UFC has rules. I don't want to learn MMA rules, or I don't want to have really strict rules. Like mangas like Hajime no Ippo, they're all about like boxing, and they teach you about the rules and all that stuff. I kind of feel like making up my own federation of like martial arts with its own rules. I'm thinking about just virtual fighters rules, ring outs. Basically kickboxing with ring outs. Kickboxing, takedowns, and ring outs. Just to make it different. Because if I go by, you know, say, oh, she's gonna be a kickboxer, it's like, well, you better learn about kickboxing. It's like, I don't want to learn about kickboxing. It's like, oh, she's gonna be MMA. It's like, well, you better learn a whole bunch of crossing guard and all that stuff, and jujitsu stuff and all that. I don't want to learn jujitsu stuff. I just want to do some cool punches and kicks and throws and tackles. It's like, well, you better make up your own martial art then. I mean, it's like, okay, I guess that's the only way to get around it. How did you deal with it, Ryan? Like, did you establish, like, I read your book. It's been a while though since I read the first volume. How does your tournament work? What are the rules to the sport aspect of it? these hands are weird. I can't really see it. Yeah, Ron said, for example, Jump hires me to do a manga for them, or they might like my stuff and put me under their banner, and if I have a team, I will bring them on, but I will have to pay them, I guess. Yeah, so you're in charge of not only yourself with that money, but the team too. Assistants. His arm can get pretty skinny sometimes. Ryan says, yeah, I would say for flashbacks, just do a very small amount, but just enough to explain what happened with them. Yeah. Hey, can you explain the, the sport that, the rules of the tournament and stuff? I kind of forgot. It's been a while. Because I want to know how I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to incorporate a sport. Because I like pro wrestling, but I don't want it to be one of those, oh, what if pro wrestling was legitimate, it would be Pancreas. I think that was the name of the legit pro wrestling thing. But they don't use closed fists, and I really like closed fists. So I'm just gonna go, with Virtual Fighter rules. Ring outs. Hand-to-hand combat, throws, knockouts, ring outs. And I think that's easy enough for people to understand it. And if it ever does become a video game, I could work in 2D or 3D with ring outs. Ryan says, honestly, if I can change things around, I wouldn't have used a tournament. In some ways of slowing things down, but now I gotta finish it up. Yeah. It kind of reminds me of Street Fighter 2. Street Fighter 2 game, it's in the format of a tournament, but then if you look at Street Fighter 2 movie, it's just random encounters. It's like, it seems like they set up a place, they fight, really, literally on the street, and it's noted like, okay, Sagat got beat by Ryu. Ryu's not the champion. Ryu fought Fei Long. E Honda encountered Dalsim. Dalsim lost. E Honda ranks up. Ken fought T-Hawk. He beat T-Hawk, so he's up. So it's basically just like, you know how Mortal Kombat the movie said that they were all on the island, and once you encounter your opponent, you just fight them there, where you find them. I'm glad no one, like, waited until someone was on the toilet and said, fight me now. And he's like, no, I can't fight you, I'm on the toilet. But yeah, that's how the Street Fighter movie worked. Street Fighter Alpha, the game, there's no tournament at all. Street Fighter, throughout all of Alpha, there's no actual tournament. It's just encounters. And I like that. Street Fighter 3, that United States tournament's going on. I know Sean fights in that in Third Strike. But I think Ken ends up winning it. I don't know, everyone does end up fighting Gil. Street Fighter 4 actually has a tournament. They have the Sin tournament, so... S-I-N. Let's say S-I-N. All right. Ryan says, well, in my tournament, I have ring outs, and I have a 10 count, and I have the qualifications, disqualifications, if someone was to interfere in a fight. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, basically Dragon Ball rules. I guess I would be using the Dragon Ball tournament rules too. It's pretty simple. Keeps things pretty open. But yeah, most shonens don't start with the tournament. It's like it kind of goes there. Like with Naruto. I'm going back to Naruto. It actually opened things up when he introduced the tournament, the Chunin exams, because that introduced a whole lot of new characters. So I guess tournaments are a good way to introduce multiple characters all at once. This arm's kind of strange. I'm gonna have to redraw this hand right here. That doesn't look like a hand. I think my fantasy story is gonna end up having a tournament too. I just need them to have a quick power up. And I think a tournament would be the thing to actually level them up faster. Once I get to that. I'm thinking about doing one of my, I have two stories, one fantasy, one modern. I'm thinking about doing one in a manga-ish style and one in a more American-centered style. I'm not sure which way I want to go about things, so. Because I love anime and stuff, but I'm trying to market to an American audience, so it's kind of, in the end, I want to market to everybody, but I don't know. It's a interesting situation. Oh, okay. Have a good stream. If I finish before then, I'll lurk. I'll probably open up a window and lurk anyway. Get you some retention time. All right.
All right.
There. And now I'm lurking. I'll just type lurk in there. There. Oh, that's not how you do it, is it? No, wait, it's an exclamation mark. Lurk. 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 There I go. I'm lurking. Stream sniping. Where's the music? I was playing music. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I've got to make those books. I've never finished a manga. I mean, a book series. I had one as a kid. It just fell apart at the end. Maybe I should have. They went on one mission. It was basically an X-Men kind of book. You know, people with powers and abilities. I basically turned them into mercenaries. Mercenaries that go to a school, attend a school, and take on missions. So I guess X-Force? I don't know if X-Force was in a school back in the 90s. I don't know if people will ever see those books. I'll probably scan. I'll have to scan them because half of them are on manila paper. And manila paper is not good for preservation. It's very bad. Excuse me, hiccups. Huh. Ugh. It's like really humid in Texas. It rained today. And it's 78 degrees in the room. But every time I'm not in front of my fan, it's just, I feel like I'm just sweating. It's not good, not good. Okay, let's get this hair. Highlights in the hair. If I can get the color. There we go. Alright, that's pretty decent. It's a little bit rushed, but shouldn't have waited so long to stream. Every time it's like I try to stream on the half hour or on the top of the hour. And every time I missed it, I was like, oh, I'll wait another hour. I'll wait another hour. But when I saw that, it's almost been an hour already. When I saw that 9 o'clock was popping up, I was like, it's like 2 minutes till 9. You can stream or not, and it's like, well, if I want to get a decent amount of time in, I guess I better do it now. Okay, getting sloppy. Ugh. No fun, no fun. Ryan says, oh yeah, I found a documentary for Akira Toriyama on how he started. Ah, cool. I need to watch that. Because, you know, I've seen things about his work. I remember I've seen a short documentary. It wasn't very in-depth. It was mostly like, yeah, he liked some comic books and some cartoons, and one day he made a manga. And it's like, okay. All right, let's fix this hand. I'm just gonna redraw it. Start with a blob, I guess. Put glove on. Far away. Here we go. Okay, that's not much better. Yeah. It's a weird angle in general. I've not been getting enough sleep. I always tell myself I'm gonna go to sleep, but I don't. Not bad. Ugh. Oh, Ryan said, "Oh no, that's not the same one I just suggested to you." We'll see. We'll see. Oh, Ryan says this song sounds like you're about to fight Beerus. Oh, let's see. Did I well, I think I responded too late. Huh. I think the song that comment was for Goku Black. But if it's the song that's currently playing, this is PyCon. I could hear it for either. Yeah, I understand what you mean. Alright, that arm's taken care of. Let's do this other one. Marcus is here. He says, "What up, Lone Stars? Sorry I'm late. I was kind of busy." Oh, no problem. I was late. I didn't even know if I was going to stream. I was wanting to. I just kept, time just kept slipping by. I think I've got most of this body and the arms and legs and feet. I think they're taken care of. I just need to worry about this face and this mask and this backpack. Yeah, I work with the backpack right now. Yep. How are things in East Texas? Or is it West Texas? Yeah, how are things in West Texas? Because it rained here. And it just feels miserable. Oh, cool. Texas. Seattle Mariners. It kind of sprinkled here yesterday. I'm actually listening to some Wizzy Whip It Wonderful today. It's been a while. I used to listen to him during every stream. Oh, DeMarcus says, well, at Port Super Heart here yesterday. I was about to say I heard you listening to the Wiz. Yep. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Yeah, he has so many songs. I don't know if I have that many songs in me. That much music in me. Yep. DeMarcus says, I know, the Wiz got like thousands of songs. Yeah. DeMarcus 008 says, and that's why I'm trying to make as much as he did, but one key will always come to mind and everyone should about me, and that's quality over quantity. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's better to, I guess it's the same with all the art. It's better, art always turns out better when you make it from a place of inspiration and not obligation. Not because you feel like you have to, but because you have something to say. So that makes sense. Otherwise, you know, you'll just be phoning it in. Yep, exactly, says DeMarcus 008. This backpack's looking pretty good. Alright, time to get this mask. Hey, don't pause in the middle of Tarble's theme. Tarble's theme is pretty aggressive, though. Now that I realize it's his theme, I mean, for a character who can't fight, pretty aggressive theme. DeMarcus 008 says you don't want to rush yourself and you don't want to be safe with your music or anything, to be exact. Yep. Yeah, don't want to stunt your growth. Yep, you gotta actually care about what you're making. Yeah, DeMarcus says it's gonna make less. Wait. That's gonna stunt your growth and your thinking. It's gonna make less innovative, make you less innovative. Yep, I agree. DeMarcus says, it's always not to copy, but to have references. Very true. He says, by the way, this track right here was the very first track that introduced me to Wizzy. Ah, cool. Bullseye? I think I ran into his music with Taskmaster. Because I was a big fan of Taskmaster. But still am. Well, we'll see. After the Black Widow movie. But I was looking up I was looking up the theme from Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And I ran into this. Into Wizzy's music. Either that or someone introduced me to him. I think someone introduced me to Wizzy. I just forgot who. Maybe it was during a stream. DeMarcus says, I like his final arrangement where he added a little funk to it. I don't know if I've heard. It's been a while. Sometimes I just like going through. Like I made this list because I was going through a songs one by one and saying, oh, I like this, I like this, I like this. And I haven't did that in a while. I've mostly just go through this list over and over and over again. Right. DeMarcus says it almost have that SNK funk to it. Yeah, SNK. Man, Funky Eska. Is that what the name of it is? Oh, the Blazing Sax. I think that's what it's called. That Yuri theme. 1995 one, to be exact. That's one of my favorite ones. Like, they did some rearrangements of the 95. But 95 is the best one for me. DeMarcus says, someone introduced me to Wizzy. They thought I was Wizzy when I remixed Sonic's music. I guess he used to remix Sonic music before he started doing CPS2 originals. Same person told me he did. Yeah, there weren't that many people. I I think Wizzy was the first person I ever encountered using CPS2 sounds. I'd never heard anyone do that before. I'd heard MIDI music, but not music using actual sound fonts from CPS2 boards. Okay, I got 3 more. DeMarcus says, I don't know if another good friend of mine from Italy ripped the instruments or Wizzy did. I don't know. I found them on a YouTube page once. And that's the only way I was able to find them. I don't know if I was too scared or whatever to ask Wizzy if I could just have like his to give a shot. But yeah, I found them. Somebody was like, here they are. Here's a download link. And I was like, huh. But yeah, I just couldn't get used to Fruity Loops, so I didn't make anything. Plus, it wasn't as many sounds as I was expecting. When I listen to Wizzy's music, I feel like I hear a lot of instruments. But from the sound files I had, I didn't have that many instruments. I couldn't make what I wanted to because I didn't have the instruments I wanted to use. Alright, the mask is done. Now I've got to do the face. This is usually one of the parts that gets me the most. Getting a little sloppy. Right, I guess I'll put this flare on his forehead. Make his forehead a little bigger. Have more room to work with. Wow, this is all over the place. Right. Then, okay. Marcus said, so I told him and started remake Sonic music with those for a while. Wait, what? DeMarcus says, I don't know if another good friend of mine from Italy ripped the instruments or Wizzy did. Same here. His name was McQueen. That name seems familiar. I feel like I've read it before. He had the CPS2 sound fonts on his channel. Yeah, that has to be it. That must be where I found them. So I told him and started remix Sonic music with those for a while. Then later on, he showed me how to rip them by downloading the ROMs because they had the sound library with the file. Yeah, I've seen people tell how to do that, but I've never been able to do it before. He told me about the software that can rip music from pretty much anything. The software is called Goldwave. That sounds familiar too. So I used it, and that's how I got CPS2 and 3 instruments on my computer. How I got started is when Wizzy decided to retire, so I wanted to keep Wizzy's vibe going, and plus no one wanted to see him go. Yeah, I remember that. That was weird. Because I would have understood a break, but just to stop, I don't know. Especially when you have so much music. DeMarcus says, I used the CPS3 instruments because I knew that it was big shoes to fill and that I was going to start a new chapter with CPS3. CPS2 was very popular while CPS3 was sitting there quietly. Now CPS3 is getting the attention that it craved. Yeah, that's true. And it has quite a few games that it got used on. Not a lot of games, but it's enough to, when you hear the sounds, you're like, yeah, that's CPS3. CPS2 is kind of like that. Like if you played a lot of 90s... excuse me. 90s Capcom games, especially the Marvel ones, like X-Men Children of the Atom, Marvel Superheroes, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 doesn't, I don't think it uses CPS2, it's just CD. But yeah, there were a lot of games. CPS3, I think it's all the Street Fighter 3s, Warzart, Red Earth, and the JoJo games. Yeah. And DeMarcus says, and of course, the Wiz is back. I tried to make it where it had multiple games from the system. Yeah. The more sounds you have to work with, the more music you can make. I just wish I could use it. Because I'm gonna make theme. I like the idea of making themes. Themes are they're the thing I really like about music in movies and stuff. Like when you hear a theme and you know what character it is. Like I remember Piccolo walked into the room in Dead Zone. You hear that Piccolo theme, and it's like, wow, that fits him. That was probably the first time I ever heard it, but after I heard him walk into that room with that music, I was like, yeah, that's a Piccolo theme. So in the show, when I heard it, I always thought that it's like Broly. When I heard a certain theme, I always thought Broly from movie 8. Superman, Star Wars, Spider-Man, Batman. You hear themes, and you're like, yeah, that's the character. That's a really cool aspect of music. Then wrestling, pro wrestling, they have themes too. So I'm more attracted to themes than just general music. I like music that represents either an event or a person. Sort of like art. You could do landscaping or you could do a portrait. I'm more into portraits. Marcus says some people think of Street Fighter 3 when it comes to excuse me, CPS 3, but I changed that statement. Yep. I agree. Wow, I've been working on this for almost 2 hours. Okay, I'm gonna lean back and just use this mouse now. What was I doing? Face. Okay. We have some kind of change of space. Marcus says some people were interested in CPS3, so they came to me asking where they could get their hands on the instruments. So I got help with another friend named No More Heroes 2012. He helped me link the instruments to a media file. Oh, cool! I didn't know that. But I don't want to use Fruity Loops. I really don't. I don't want to. But yeah, I love the aspect of these sprites that we're making are kind of like CPS 2 or 3. So have music that represents that music, represents the aesthetic of the sprites. It's really cool. It makes the sprites seem more like they're from the era. I gotta get the space looking right. Marcus says, and now some of them are doing originals and remixes with the CPS3 sound packs. Just give me some time and I'll make tutorials and anyone who's interested. Ah, cool. Thank you. Because I'm like a really creative person. I just like making stuff. And I hate having to ask people to make stuff for me because then I feel like I owe someone something. It's because, you know, people have things to do, you know. And requests, you know, asking for a request all the time feels like I'm begging. And I don't want to beg people for music. Because sometimes you've got some inspiration of your own and you're like, you know, when you ask someone else to make music for you, you want them to be creative, you're at the luck of the draw, you know? It's like, you're either going to like it or you're not. Or you're going to like it, but it's not going to seem like what you were expecting, and you're left with what they gave you. Marcus says, I gotta learn OBS when I download it. There's a lot of things that's going on through my mind, so... Yeah, he says, I will get the software. Yeah, OBS is... I'm glad I got it. It's free. It does so much. You could run a whole... television broadcast live from one place, and it's like so amazing that someone gave it away for free. If I didn't have it, I don't know, I guess I'd have to use YouTube's stuff, but yeah, it's not very good. What YouTube offers isn't very good. Deadbolt's here. Said, how's everyone doing? What have I missed so far? What up, DB? Oh shoot, I forgot to change accounts. I'll be right back. It's all good. I don't know who Deadbolt is, but it's nice to meet you. Well, my allergies are messing with me. I'm kind of talking out of my nose, but I'm okay. It's different. What did you miss? Most of this. I'm still working on the face. It's kind of all over the place. Not really happy with it. Oh, it's Matlock. I had a feeling it was Matlock. I shouldn't have started so late. I shouldn't have woke up so late. Awoken. I can see already. Texas Rangers against Seattle Mariners. Yeah, Ken Griffey Jr. retired. I'll leave this alone. It's alright. Oh boy, some of these. It's 3 years. Got the years. There's a year. Good. Oh boy. Marcus says, yeah, when he remixed the Big Arms from Sonic 3 and Knuckles, that was gonna be his last time making music. Not the Big Arms, just... Wait, what? Not the Big Arms, just Big Arms. Oh. Wait, what? Okay, that's just 2 hours of work. Golly, I'm so tired. Well, it is 11. I don't want to finish this face. It's so small. It's like Like this versus this, it's like two different things. Man, oh boy. Kinda getting annoyed by this bass. I like this music though. It's not that bad. Well, I guess I'll go back to the face. So outline the skateboard. Don't want to. No, I won't do it. I'll do another stream tomorrow, I guess. Skateboard. It's a lot. It's a big skateboard. It's like the wheels pop out. It's pretty cool. Skateboard will actually probably be easy. I'm just losing focus right now. I guess I'll put another 30 minutes in and finish the face. 25 minutes. Hopefully it won't even take that long. Alright, can't use the mouse, it's not accurate enough. Back to Cintiq. This wasn't looking the way I want it. Really? You know what, let's copy this face. It's not that bad. Some adjustments. There, just new base. Marcus says the track from Sonic 3 and Knuckles is called Big Arms. Oh. Okay. Okay, I think I've got this. All right, I think this is. Forgot the year. So that kind of looks like it. DeMarcus says, then the music returns in Sonic and Knuckles for the other part of the final boss before finishing Robotnik off in Doomsday Zone if you have all the emeralds. Oh, cool. Man, I can't believe Sonic games are considered kid games and they're so difficult. I can't beat those games. Alright, I think this is okay for the phase. I can live with that. Yeah, let's start this skateboard. I'll use this and just outline. Maybe I should put it on its own layer. Yeah, I'll put it on its own layer. I'll lock this layer, new layer. And this base is kicking. I'm wearing earbuds and they're really it's like the bass is hitting my eardrum. Oh. DeMarcus says he had to put his nephew to sleep. No problem. By the way, I like what he did for the Sagat right here. Yeah, Sagat's theme was pretty cool. It reminded me of something. Forgot what. Oh, Spider-Man Spider-Man is amazing friend. But at the same time, I have that dun, 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 dun. You know, it's classic theme kind of sound to it. It was new yet different. What? Oh, I got this. Yeah, that's pretty much the same. I don't have to trace that again. Just copy, paste. Okay, that's weird. Oh, copy merged. That's what that was. It's always copy merged. I should probably keep track of where these wheels are, actually. The other one will be back here. Okay, that's the top of the board. It's top of the board too. Okay, there we go. Oh, I never finished that. It's the circle will be bar. No, I'm gonna make the wheel come out over here too. DeMarcus says, but yeah, when I do get my mind straightened, I'll have multiple uploads, not like the 2 I just did. It will have more than that. Oh, that's... I'm looking forward to that. I don't know if I'm gonna finish this skateboard on stream. I might do that tomorrow off stream. Good. Good. There we go. Oh. Marcus says, because I know that you and others would like to have more tracks from me while you do your work or whatever. Listen to others. Yeah. Someone might have a project, you know? And, you know. Yeah, I use your music and Wizzy's music because, you know, you don't have copyright on it. I won't get my channel, I won't get my video, like, demonetized or whatever. I'm not monetized, but it's like future-proofing it, you know? Plus, everybody gets to find out about your music. So it's win-win. That's the way I see it. How does this look? It's pretty cool. Oh, these legs. Gotta add a highlight to the legs. Lock out the skateboard layers. S-K-A-T. Like this. Add a highlight. Actually, that should be here. Marcus says, I want to do something different that no other CPS composer hasn't done on YouTube. I want to make plans to make CPS 3 tracks for like 360 VR pictures. Huh? But it'll be still pictures. Huh? I thought about calling it CPS 360. That's cool. I haven't confirmed it yet, but I'm still planning it. I'm not sure what that is. 360 VR pictures. Oh, is that the thing where you have 2 images on screen for each lens? Dual-scopic 3D. I think that you can put your phone in a headset and it'll project both screens to your lenses, and then it'll do a fake 3D. Well, it's stereo 3D, whatever. One picture for each eye. But that's really simplified version of 3D, like VR helmet or something. DeMarcus says 360 VR here on YouTube. I need to check that out. I didn't. Is that accessible to the public? Yeah, I don't think I want to do any more work right now. I have 2 hours, 27 minutes. It's not horrible. Especially someone who was tired to begin with. But yeah, I'm looking forward to see that. I'm curious what that looked like. You can move your phone around to see images while listening to CPS3 tracks. So, lot 360 VR videos here on YouTube. I'll have to look it up. I don't know if I've ever watched one. I think I've seen live events that run in 3D, but never an image. Because I've noticed that you and Wizzy, you post a picture to, you know, look at or represent what the music's based on. So, you know, just to keep things from being boring. But yeah, if it's 360 VR and that makes it a little bit more interactive while you're, you know, listening. That'd be good for your eyes and your ears. Alright, this is going to be the last album for tonight. I'm going to sign out now. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to have to look up 360 images, and if it's cool enough, maybe I'll try to find out a way to make them myself. So I'd like to thank DeMarcus for showing up. I'd like to thank Jay and Matlock for visiting. I'd like to thank It's a Trap Productions for, you know, just doing a cameo, just showing up. I'd like to thank Ryan Leonard for having a good conversation with me about comics and production of comics, and who else was here? Yeah, that's everybody. So I don't know if I'm gonna stream tomorrow or just finish this on my own. Oh wow, didn't see that. Alright, no green. But yeah, I don't know how interesting the skateboard is to see sprite it. It's not difficult to sprite, just time consuming more than anything. But that's a really cool move. I'm hoping I can get back to working on Neko Majin Z soon. Yeah, that's my plan, really. Work on Neko Majin Z. I'll probably start posting me working on comic books and stuff up here too again. I have done some streams where I did some character concept designs, and they're a little too plain. I don't want them too detailed because they take too long to draw, but yeah, I'm gonna... I don't know if I should work on the comic on stream. I could probably do layouts on stream. That way it won't have any dialogue, but it'll, you know, just give an idea of what this visual story would be. But I have to write the story. I can't just draw it. If I just go straight from thought to paper, I might write myself into a corner. Don't want to do that. But yeah, thanks to Marcus. I always appreciate you showing up. LMG Nomad says, well, it looks great. Thank you. I hope it looks really good in the game. The face was kind of iffy, but in motion, it looks fun. Oh, that was a really cool theme. But yeah, well, let's see, 11:34 here. I streamed for 2 hours and 32 minutes. I really appreciate you guys showing up. You keep me focused, you keep me motivated, you keep me in the seat working and not taking a break every 5 minutes, to which, well, not 5 minutes, probably like 15, 20, to where I'd never return. But yeah, I've learned a lot working on this project, and I'll take this knowledge to my other projects as I continue to work on things. So I hope everyone has a good holiday tomorrow. Don't blow off your fingers. Don't go blind. And until next time, be seeing ya. Stay out of trouble.